Gentlemen, I heard that you finally got a date with that sexy young lady that you've been eyeing. Good job, buddy. And you are not gonna f it up because you are fantastic and awesome and you are a subscriber to Man Talk, where we talk about style, inner game, and surrounding ourselves with a happy, healthy, positive environment surrounding us. And if you are not yet a subscriber, go down below and sauce me one of these fantastic, lovely things that really helps me out in the algorithm, and smash that subscribe button for me, because I want you to nab that sexy young lady that you deserve. And I am gonna make sure that, because today we're going over how you can nail that first date every single time. And make sure you stick around to find out my #1 most important tip for nailing that first date. Let's go, gents. Let's get one thing straight, gentlemen. There are 3 options for a first date, and they are all boring as hell. That is right. Your first date should be something that is boring as hell. Why? Because you guys need to chat. You need to get to know each other without any distractions whatsoever. That's where the entertainment truly lies. So here are your 3 options: coffee, drinks, a walk in the park. But Kane, what about the movies? Nope. But Kane, what about dinner? Nope. Oh, but Kane, what about... No. Look, if you guys were to go for dinner on your first date, you'd be thinking about how you look when you eat, and if you got stuff on your mouth, and if your breath smells bad, and like, what if you're a messy eater? It's just, there's no point in it. A movie? Like, when are you guys gonna chat? When are you gonna get to know each other? Look, it's real simple. Just go get a coffee, go get a drink, take a walk into the park. And my dudes, just be a gentleman and pay for the drinks. It's not gonna kill you. Okay, so first impressions are everything, right? Damn right. And that's why it's important that you nail your first date style. Don't overdress. Don't underdress either. You should be staying consistent with what's a good style for you personally. And so if you're usually rocking like a V-neck shirt with some shorts and some no-show socks and some slick white leather sneakers for summer, like, dude, stick with that. Don't wear a suit, dude. Like, don't wear anything you wouldn't meet to like a casual barbecue or a meetup with your boys. Don't overthink this one, guys. Calm, cool, collected. This is what your style should say about you, especially on your first date. And if you can, try to throw a hint of red in there, because chicks dig red. Alright, so we want to give off an air of manly confidence to seduce her into our masculine grasp. And so how should we be presenting ourselves after our incredibly super masculine style? Honestly, it's all about how we sit, my dudes. We want to give off a relaxed, calm, and confident posture. One that shows that we are comfortable with ourselves. And if we are a little bit nervous, which is completely normal and natural, it helps us to calm down a little bit by sitting in a more relaxed and confident posture. Let's make sure our arms aren't crossed and that our chest is facing towards her. This gives her the impression that we're open and we're vulnerable and we're here to get to know her. We're not hiding anything. And if you're in a booth or something, it really helps to just have your arm kind of draped over the top, one leg over the other, one hand on the table, facing her, keeping eye contact, talking with her. Making sure at least one hand is visible at all times gives her the air that we are open and vulnerable and we're not hiding anything or nervously fidgeting under the table. Posture is just as important as style. So be calm, be cool, be collected, because you are awesome, buddy. Gentlemen, timing is everything. Most of the time. And in terms of first dates, it's super important. You see, we don't want these dates going on too long or overstaying our welcome. We want to keep it at an hour for most occasions. We don't want to show too much investment too quickly. We want to leave at least a tiny air of mystery. Man, she can't have all of that man at once. she can't handle that. So try your best to keep your first dates at 1 hour. You guys, that's enough time to have a couple of drinks, get some laughs between the two of you, and have the thought of you implanted, boom, into her mind. So she walks away thinking about how much more there is to get to know about your fantastic, handsome ass. All right, gents, the number one rule to make sure your first date goes smooth and ultra successful no matter what is. Honestly, this is so important. It should be the first thing you take care of when you step into the dating world. Know what you want, buddy. Look, man, if you're waddling around going from date to date not knowing what you want from each of these women, it's just gonna cause annoyance and heartbreak for both parties. And the best way for you to figure out what you want out of a partner or woman or relationship or dating scenario or whatever is to create a 5x5 list. And I actually did a video on that a couple months ago, and I'll link it right up here. Gentlemen, one of the most attractive things about any man is when he walks and carries himself with a direction and purpose and knows what he wants. And that is no different in the dating world. We don't want to be roping people along, man. It's not fair to them, and it's a waste of our time. So gentlemen, when you walk into that coffee shop, when you walk into that bar, and you sit across from that woman who has her own set of experiences, her own set of feelings and values, do her a favor and know what you want and be honest about it. There's not a lot of things more attractive than that. All right, gentlemen, what did you think? Is there anything that you want to add? Anything that you feel like is super important for you personally to nail that first date every time? And if you haven't yet, go ahead and sauce me one of these, and if you could, maybe hit the subscribe button. Just kidding, gents. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and sauce me one of these bad boys. Obliterate that subscribe button for you, man. It helps me out in that beautiful, gorgeous algorithm that we are all trying to flow along with. Never forget that you are super awesome, fantastic, and incredibly goddamn handsome. Gentlemen, have a fantastic rest of your day, and stay handsome.